The episode begins with Nat meeting Joe Colombo. Nat tells him, "You have to trust me." Colombo replies, "Why should I trust you?" Nat explains, "There's chaos in the streets. You want to control Harlem and make money too. This isn't about trust, it's about survival. If you want to make money, give the order." Colombo smirks. "So you want to be the new Bumpy?" Nat answers, "If you want control over Harlem and want Bumpy gone, then trust me." The scene then shifts. Bumpy is having breakfast with his family. Del and Frank Lucas are also at the restaurant having tea when they notice a suspicious-looking cop. Suddenly, the cop starts shooting. Bumpy survives, but the waitress, Delia, gets hit. Bumpy, furious, sits with his wife and daughter. He says, "I'm going to kill Colombo. Someone tipped him off about my plan." His daughter says, "We should also protect Margaret and send her somewhere safe." Bumpy meets Margaret and tells her he's sending her to stay with the Black Panthers. She asks, "Are you a bad man?" She explains that a boy in her class was staring at her, and the teacher said, "Bumpy will kill you." Bumpy replies, "Every person has a good and bad side. It just depends on which one the situation brings out." Meanwhile, a cop reports everything to Colombo. Nat warns him, "Bumpy knows you're behind this. He's coming for you." Colombo gives Nat the order to kill Bumpy, but Nat refuses. Colombo then tells his men, "I'll give you 20 grand. Go kill him." He turns back to Nat and says, "You disrespected me. I should kill you for that." Bumpy begins to suspect that Nat has sided with Colombo, but Frank defends Nat, saying he wouldn't do that. Colombo holds a meeting where he announces a plan to hold a massive rally with 50,000 people. He says their Italian supporters will come armed and ready to take on the police. Bumpy and Stella meet with Joey Bonanno. Joey tells Bumpy, "If you kill Colombo, I'll make peace with the other families. If you don't, you'll have to step aside." Margaret is then sent to stay with the Black Panthers. Stella meets with Colombo and slaps him for getting Delia shot, since Delia is her best friend. She tells Colombo to make peace with Bumpy and says she won't marry him unless there is peace. Then she kisses him. Frank tells Bumpy they should go ahead and kill Colombo. They watch Colombo's rally plans on TV, and Bumpy tells his crew to keep an eye on him. Just then, Elise arrives, emotional. Everyone leaves the room. Elise tells Bumpy, "I don't want to see you die. I love you." Bumpy replies, "I love you too." Colombo heads out to make a deal, surrounded by armed men. Nat warns him, "Don't do this. You're underestimating Bumpy." Colombo tells him Stella wants peace. Nat starts to suspect Stella, but Colombo says, "I trust her." Frank and Del ambush and kill all of Colombo's men at the club. One man is captured alive, but Colombo isn't there. Bumpy interrogates the man, pours gasoline on him, demanding to know Colombo's location. When he doesn't talk, Bumpy sets him on fire and burns the entire club down. The club was named after Colombo, and when he finds out, he goes into a rage. He orders his men, "Kill him!" Colombo meets with Pino, who advises him not to attend the rally. But Colombo refuses to listen. He's bloodthirsty and determined. He says he'll take Bumpy out first, then Bonanno will fall in line, and so will Stella. He's had enough of Stella and her demands. He's no longer going to take orders from her. Her death is now certain too. Meanwhile, Delia the waitress's son, Jerome, is with Margaret. Jerome is unpredictable and capable of anything, but Margaret secretly gives him a key. Italian Unity Day begins. Crowds start to gather. Colombo gets dressed and ready to leave, asking Nat to come with him. Nat, however, starts to fear he might die. Bumpy, along with Frank and Del, chooses a rooftop vantage point where they can take a clear shot. Still, there's anxiety. What if they miss? Jerome has already escaped and taken a gun with him. Margaret confesses to everyone that she gave him the key. Stella is getting ready to leave for Florida to see her father. Just then, Pino shows up at her door, furious. Stella tries to pull a gun on him, but Pino grabs it from her. A struggle breaks out. She falls onto the bed, and Pino points the gun at her, ready to shoot. Just then, a gunshot rings out. Frank arrives just in time and saves her. Pino is killed. Italian Unity Day is in full swing. A large crowd gathers with Columbo and his men on stage. Meanwhile, Elise and other Panthers are searching for Jerome, but the police don't let them enter the rally. We then see Del on a rooftop aiming his sniper rifle. A shot is fired, but it's not from Del. It's Jerome who fires the shot, hitting Columbo directly in the neck. Columbo collapses. Del quickly kills the rest of Columbo's men. Nat runs away and the whole crowd scatters in panic. Bumpy watches everything unfold on TV with his wife. Columbo is dead. Later, Joey Bonanno agrees to hand control of Harlem over to Bumpy. But the mafia families impose one condition. Bumpy must resume selling heroin in Harlem. Review. The season finale of Godfather of Harlem delivers a gripping, emotionally charged climax that ties together weeks of building tension, betrayal, and ambition. Episode 10 doesn't just end a season, it detonates it. From the very first scene, the episode crackles with paranoia and desperation, especially as Nat tries to manipulate Joe Columbo while dancing dangerously close to both sides. Columbo's descent into ruthless delusion reaches its peak here. His refusal to heed warnings and his growing obsession with power make him a man sprinting toward his own destruction. At the heart of it all is Bumpy, wounded but unyielding, who spends the episode outsmarting his enemies even as the weight of leadership and his past choices begins to suffocate him. The writing is sharp, especially in the dialogue between Bumpy and Margaret, which reveals the show's deeper themes about legacy, morality, and identity. Stella's storyline adds unexpected intensity as her confrontation with Pino turns deadly, showing how even the peripheral characters are no longer safe from the storm Bumpy and Columbo have stirred. The sniper sequence during Italian Unity Day is masterfully built, creating a slow burn suspense that erupts into shocking violence. Jerome's choice to take the shot rather than Bumpy's crew is a brilliant subversion. It turns a side character into the unexpected executioner of a mob boss, underscoring how deeply this war has poisoned everyone. Visually and tonally, the episode is tight and atmospheric, with the chaos of the rally, the tension of betrayal, and the quiet aftermath all balanced beautifully. The final moments, Bonanno offering Harlem to Bumpy with the heavy cost of returning to the heroin trade, leave us with a haunting moral dilemma. Victory is hollow, and Bumpy knows it. In short, this finale is violent, tragic, and utterly compelling. It closes several major arcs while setting up a new one. How far will Bumpy go to keep Harlem, and what will it cost him this time? Godfather of Harlem ends Season 4 with a bang, and a question that may define the series going forward.